welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna, and for those of you who are new here, welcome. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back. Here on my channel, I do planner and planner-related videos with the occasional new release video of items that I've listed to my Etsy shop. And if that is of interest to you, please consider subscribing to my channel and hitting that little notification bell so that anytime I do load a new video, you will be notified. And if you could also like, comment, and share, that would be amazing. So I did want to close out my April 2019 sinking funds and then just starts a little bit of preparation for the May 2019 sinking funds. And I had started, and I thought maybe since I didn't show you guys the March one because I ran out of time really, that I would show you for April. So my starting balances was this amount here. So I did start off April with $322.71 in my sinking fund account. Now, unlike most people, I don't do a cash envelope type of sinking funds. This is all on its own debit card, and Lushan from Lushan's Lifestyle, as well as Tara from Tara Gay Nicole, and I'll link both of their channels below. They both also put their sinking funds on a debit card. I want to say both of the ladies have theirs on Capital One's. I'm not 100% sure, but I have mine on a Discover debit card, and that debit account, I put money in there every single month, and it goes, and the only way that I can show what it's for is here on paper, because if you were to look at the bank account, it just shows a whole dollar amount. There's no way for me to segment it on there. And the reason I mention both Lushan and Tara is that Lushan does break hers up in categories as well. Tara does not. She just basically has a sinking fund pool, and then she just puts money towards that, and it can be for whatever. And I kind of like the idea of both of those. I think for now I will stick to this where I do have it in categories, although in the future, depending on what my spending is like, I might just have it as an overall backup savings, which a sinking funds is, but not an actual savings account like I'm working towards something big, or an emergency fund of just in case. This is stuff I know it's going to come down. I just don't have to be very specific if I do the Tara method, if that makes sense. So for April, when I got paid on April 20th, I actually already transferred $100 in to this account. And the way that I'm splitting this is I'm going to put $5 towards beauty, $25 towards gifts, $5 towards giveaway. And I've mentioned this in a previous video. For giveaway, that isn't any of the shipping costs because I do use my business bank account for that. This is just picking up items to give giveaways. Again, I hope that makes sense. It's Monday night, it's late, but I wanted to get this done so I could start in May before May actually starts, which is just a couple of days from now. So planning stuff, I've got $5 for that, and on budget I have $20. Now I did start a business supplies category last month, and I'm not going to fund it this month, and let's see if this actually, if the math comes out. 5 plus 25 plus 5 plus 15 plus 5 plus 20. We are short $25 because I had started this because I wanted to make sure I had money for business supplies, but April was actually rather good for me for my Etsy shops. So I think I might, what my plan was to just have that money come from my business account, because I do have 3 different debit checking accounts. One where my full-time money goes in, this debit account that I created specifically for sinking funds, and then my checking account, which has a debit card for my business. It actually, I set it up with my business ID and everything. So where do we want that extra $25 to go? because the $100 has already been transferred in, so I just need to figure out where I want to move that. And I'll actually move that to medical. So we'll make this 40. And then that should come out to $100. And I don't have a lot of money to throw to sinking funds, but I am very thankful that I have at least $100 that I can throw to sinking funds, because I know there are people who don't even have that. So while I wish I had more saved, I do have a lot more than others do. For this negative column, we'll actually do this sinking funds transaction log first. Now, I watch videos on budgeting all the time, and I had seen people do cash envelopes and sinking fund envelopes or sinking fund systems, but I'd never actually seen anyone who did like a log style. And so I created this printable. It is on my website, and I'll put the link, or yeah, I'll put the channel name, no, I'll put the website name on the screen, and then below I'll link the actual blog post, which has this free printable. And so my thought process was, okay, here's my categories, but unless I only have one transaction per month, it could actually get a little bit messy for me to try to figure out what encompasses that. So if I have a log here, then that'll help me figure out if I do have a lot of transactions. But then that can get kind of messy. So I created this down here where each category has a number, and you can see it here. Although if you had different colored highlighters or whatever, you could color code it. But for me, every line item will have a number. I will total all of the numbers here and then carry this up there. And that's how I foresee this system working for me. Now, last month in March, I only had one transaction, so this was kind of useless, but this month I actually had quite a bit of transactions, so I'm hoping it makes more sense as you see me go through it. Now for future months, because I've already actually set up the template, I won't be using the printable because I like how it looks when I write it out and I draw it out, but I had it on hand and I wanted to see how it worked for me. So I'm not going to have any dates on these. I don't think there's any point because I can see the transactions on the Discover app that I have, but the first one that I'm listing is under the gifts category. Oh no, I already did that wrong. And that was a panda fan. That goes like that. Gifts is number 2, and the expense was $9.95. And then I bought some pens for the giveaway that I'm currently doing, and that was for $35. And that is giveaway, and that is number 3. And then I picked up some paper from Amazon. And this was actually the bookstore and the bookstore. And that's for business supplies, because I wanted to get new paper for my cash envelopes and my traveler's notebooks. And that came out to $36.64. Business supplies is number 7. And then I picked up those Walmart stickers, which I love. So that was Pen and Gear stickers. And that was from the wall. That's planning stuff, which is category 5, and that was $21.17. bookstore transaction, I picked up a drink and a snack, so that was unbudgeted. Unbudgeted snacks. And doing double writing here. Unbudgeted, and that was $4.20. And so that's category 6. And then during this Walmart trip, I also picked up some snacks because I'm a snacky kind of girl. So again, unbudgeted, and that was bookstore. And then I picked up snacks at the wall, unbudgeted, and that was $6.97. So we didn't have any beauty, so that's just a 0. And then for gifts, we only had 1, so that's $9.95. Giveaway is number 3. And we had 1 at $4.35. Oh, and I didn't, because I have a notes next to me, because I didn't keep the receipts. I didn't keep the receipts. I just wrote it down on a piece of paper. But I did have medical, because I went to the doctor a couple weeks ago. And that was at Kaiser. Again, medical, and that was an even 30. So giveaway we did, medical was 30. Planning stuff, we had the 1. And that was $21.17. I should number this just so I don't get confused. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 is unbudgeted. I actually had 2, so $4.20 plus $6.97 equals $11.17. And then 6. Wait, 7. I skipped 1. So business supplies. It's number 7. And that was $36.64. So do I have everything? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, good. Now, I can't remember for May if I set it up. Yeah, so this is May. So down here, the items actually follow along with these up here. It looks a bit messy on this one because I didn't write them in the order that they are up here. I just wrote them as I saw them because, again, I totally skipped that Amazon one right there. But again, it just helps me get a total so I can put it up in this category up here. So for gifts, we spent $9.95. Giveaway, we spent $4.35. Medical, we spent $30. Planning stuff was $21.17. Unbudgeted was those 2 transactions at $11.17. And then business supplies were actually over of $36.64. So let's see how much that comes out to. $9.95 plus $4.35 plus 30 plus 21, 17, 17 plus 36, 64, 113, 28. All right, so 37 plus 5 minus 0 is 42. That's math I can handle. All the rest I can't. So 121 plus 25 minus 995 is 136.05. It is a positive, so it's not in the brackets. Started with 37, we added 5, and then we picked up those pens. So again, we are still in the positive, 37.65. Medical started with 52, added 40, minus the 30 equals 62. Yes, it's 92 minus 30, yeah. And then 37 for planning stuff plus $5 minus the 21.17 is 20.83. Unbudgeted. And the unbudgeted is because that's the only category that I actually had a transaction for in March. And again, I didn't show it because I just ran out of time in March. Where is it? Oh, I don't know why it's there. That's the wrong month. So in March, I started with $281, added the $100. I had one transaction in unbudgeted for $58.29, and that's why it left me with that weird amount with some change, as well as a total starting point of $322.71. That's in the wrong month. And again, I never showed that one because I ran out of time. And we're doing this one. So 1371 plus 20 minus 1117 is 22.54, and we actually went over for our business supplies. So 25 minus 36.64 equals negative. Now again, it's just a pool of money, so it's not like I have to take from one envelope to another. If you do sinking funds in envelopes, then you might need to do that, but for me, it's just really, I mean, none of these numbers really matter. It only matters what's in the bank account. But if I am trying to be mindful of what I'm spending in whatever particular category, that's why I do it this way. So if we add all these up and get that total, that should be the same as that way across. So let's see if our math works. 322.71 plus 100 minus 113.28 is 309.43. And if I can figure out logistically how to do it, I will show you the number because that's actually what's in the bank account as of right now. Now let's see if we add all of these up, if that comes out to the same number. 42 plus 136.05 plus 37.65 plus 62 plus 20.83 plus 22.54 minus 11.64. 309.43. Awesome. That is fantastic. So let's set up May. And the only thing we're going to do with the setting up with May is just putting in our starting numbers. So for beauty, we have $42. gifts, we have 136.05. Giveaway is 37.65. Medical is 62. And the reason why I threw it at that extra $25 that I had was I have a doctor's appointment this week. I have one next week, and I need to fill a prescription. So probably in the month of May, about half of this, if not more, will be gone. So, I mean, that makes the more sense, because otherwise I probably would have thrown it to gifts. So planning stuff is 2083, and unbudgeted is 2254. Now something seems weird to me, because I need to start out with 309.43, but I guess I have to carry forward the negative number, that one. Otherwise the math won't work. So business supplies. Right? Because we added that and that came out to that, and that's what's in the bank. Because I guess when I go forward for June, what I can do is take this from another envelope so that I don't have to keep carrying forward the negative number. Because if you ran out of money in your gifts envelope and you actually had hard cash and you had to take from another envelope, that starting balance would be lower. Okay, so that makes sense to me. But for a hot minute, I'm like, wait. Why would I? Yeah, so that's why I have to add it here, because I am starting with a true total of 309.43. And then this will actually be what I'm adding in my May 20th paycheck. And again, we'll figure out what that breakdown is going to be, and then whatever transactions I have this month, which will give me my ending balance. And then I just made an extra column here for notes, and that's not on here, but when I was drawing this out, I had some extra space I didn't account for, and so I just put notes just so it wouldn't look ugly. And then, like I said, at the month end, I will log all my transactions if I have any. I definitely know I will have medical. I'm not sure about the rest of these things. And then I will do the same, where I'll just total out the categories down here and then carry that up there. Again, if you're interested in this printable, it is free. Just check out my blog. The link will be below. Yeah, it's 9:30 on a Monday night, and I really should not be doing math or budgeting, but I wanted to get this done so I could start May fresh. But yeah, that's my sinking funds for April, as well as the setup for May. Guys, thank you so much for putting up with me. I know it sometimes seems like a train wreck. I feel like it's a train wreck, but we're getting things done, so that's good. And as always, guys, aloha.